Today we have a very special guest, Mr. Jason Land, probably the best guitarist on this side of the Rio Grande.
Wow. Very nice of you.
Anyway, Jason.
Do you fluff all your guests like this?
No. I'm just trying to get my black pick. All right. Jason is a good friend of mine. He's my guitar teacher, and he is now a homeowner.
Thanks, yeah.
And I'm really excited for him.
Thank you.
I feel like his big brother now,
Yes.
and I am like helping him through this, let's fix up my house thing, where you have to buy a whole bunch of cool tools and shit.
Yeah, and learn how to use them.
Right. So, did you panic?
No, I didn't, because on my keychain, it's a daily reminder to never panic when I know John. So, no, I didn't panic.
So, tell me, what was it like, when you first made that, okay, I'm going to do this, and you got your realtor, Kevin, and then Kevin Brennan, by the way, everybody, my realtor as well, very good guy. So from the beginning, just tell everybody like what your experience was when you first started looking and then pulled the trigger on this particular house.
Sure. So my fiance and I started looking for a home maybe back in August last year. That'd be 2024. And, we were looking around. Things are expensive here in Burbank, so we're just trying to find something in our range. And then my fiance's mom said, "We'll have you talk to," it's her brother's friend, about his parents' house, which is on Niagara, not too far from where we are right now.
Right.
So we went over there, and the people that were living in it had passed away several years ago, and the house was vacant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it was vacant for a couple of years?
At least 3.
Oh, wow.
At least 3.
Wow.
So we walked down there, and I walked right out, basically, because I was like, there's no way we're living here. There's no way. I mean, the entire house was a mess.
Why? And why did you walk out? Just because it was messy?
Because it was full of stuff. It was, number one, full of stuff.
Cluttered.
And then the grass and all the bushes, everything overgrown.
Jason, that's what happens when no one lives there for 3 years.
It's true. And that's why I didn't want to live there.
I guess they fired the gardener.
Yeah. So, we're looking around, and it's a big house, but I was like, there's just no way we're going to be able to do this. This is crazy. So we keep looking, and then we found a home in Burbank we're interested in. Kevin's our realtor, and also a dear friend of mine. I've known him since I was 2. And we were just about to put an offer on a house. And right before we did, my fiance's mom said one more time, what would it take? What would be the number to get that house, the original one that was all.
That's the one that scared you?
Yes. So I threw out a number, and she messaged the owner, and he like, let's do it. I want you guys to get it. I want to keep it in the family. It was a family friend.
Wow.
Yeah. He's like, let's do it. So we did it. And
that's an awesome story because, getting in this neighborhood is not easy.
Not easy. I mean, it's the ideal neighborhood for me. Like it's 2 blocks from my business.
Same here.
You know what I mean? I got several friends in this area. Like, I love this area. It's quiet. And it's great. Yep. So anyhow, we decided to move forward. But the first thing was, my first thought was, I'm having John come over. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's when I called you. I was like, you
called the authority.
Well, I was slightly panicked, and then I remembered, look at your keychain.
Right.
Don't panic. Call John. So you came over and you gave me your blessings. And from that point on, I was all systems go. Let's do this.
Well, good. So my observation of the property, my inspection, and then at the end just saying, I think my words were something like, Jason, these are typical things for this house.
Yes.
There's nothing catastrophic here. It's an older home. It's got some older systems in it. Mm-hmm. The same thing I tell most of my customers on a daily basis. You're buying an older home. You can't expect it to have new things.
Well, this had no new things.
Right. This it definitely looked bad when you first rolled up to it. Yeah. It was over vegetated everywhere, and I can't stand inspecting houses like that because it's hard to get to stuff.
Sure, that was the problem. Is I couldn't see the inside because there were so many things.
Yeah,
I couldn't even get to go into the garage until about a week before we actually moved in or got the keys.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to have a vision.
Exactly.
When you can't see things.
Okay.
And you being a first-time home buyer, that's already working against you. That alone is working against you with your ability to like envision something nice.
Yep.
And then all the clutter, on top of that, and like hoarding conditions, just junk everywhere.
Everywhere.
I mean, that garage,
Everywhere.
I could barely walk in that garage.
That's
It was
what I'm saying.
so much stuff.
I didn't get to go in there until literally a week before we got the keys.
Right.
There was still so much stuff in there.
And the exterior, deferred maintenance, needs painting.
Everything needed to get done.
So what I did today is I pulled up your report, and I think, I know you have a lot of questions.
Oh yeah.
One type of questioning would be, I think you mentioned before, is, what do I need to do next?
Right.
Now that I've bought the house and I want to remodel it, going by my report that I gave you, what should you be focusing on?
Right.
So that's a good topic today.
Yeah.
To help you guide you through your report, so you're not wasting time on cosmetic things.
Exactly.
When you really should be spending time on major systems.
Right, because that's the stuff that's going to cost you the most money in the long run.
Right. But keep in mind, your major systems keep your house functional.
Right.
That's the key right here. Is functional. Your plumbing has to be in good condition to keep your plumbing system functional, which means showering, using the bathroom, all that stuff has got to come into play. So a lot of people get caught up in the cosmetics of everything and the aesthetics of everything. So right now we're looking at just the main photos of the exterior of the house, and it looks like hell. Oh my gosh!
And I said to you right before we started recording that I have not seen these photos since we started the remodel, like the demo process, because it's so hard. We've been there 2 weekends in a row, like chipping away at this, and you don't feel like you're making progress. Yep. But seeing these photos, I'm like, dang, we're a lot further on. I feel better.
How many dumpsters have you gone through so far?
A full one, and now we're up to a half of a second one.
Okay.
Yeah, and by full, I mean to the top. All the way.
That's all you can do. Otherwise, it won't take it. So, anybody showing up to this property and seeing this is going to be very hesitant.
That was me. Yeah.
Especially a first-time buyer, someone who looking for something turnkey in this neighborhood. This was not the house.
No, not even close.
No, there's a big difference.
Unless you turn the key to the insane asylum.
Yeah. So anyway, more photos here. Like, I love this part on the left side of the house. There was no stairs going from the sliding door outside. Period. There was no stairs.
Watch your step.
Yeah. Watch your step. But it's a 2-story house.
Yeah.
It's got its own uniqueness on the inside. You get the lower living area, which is a slab, and then you got the upper level. So it's kind of a couple steps down to get to the.
One step into the first level, and then another step into the next level.
Yeah, and then you have that second floor. So it got some character.
Yeah.
Did your electrician ever tell you the exact size of this service?
No, he didn't say.
He probably wasn't able to determine it either.
Yeah, no. He just said let's replace this.
So right here we have your main panel, which is what's called a Bulldog Pushmatic brand. And that's exactly what it is. You literally push the breaker in to turn it on and push it again to turn it off. So it's called Pushmatic, Bulldog Pushmatic. Not something you want to keep unless you own a museum.
Did you know I'm building one in the garage? Yeah. All the stuff here.
So I suggest you do it. I still haven't done this yet. I promised people years ago when I took my stab block panel off, I was going to have it stuffed and hung on the wall. So I suggest you do the same thing here. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But this is a panel you don't really want to keep. So this is just a sign of the year of the house you're buying. Sure. Unless the person before you upgraded it, it's one of your jobs now to upgrade it.
Sure.
So your electrical system, your circuit breaker system, your branch circuit wiring is all safe. So, and you got a quote for this already?
Oh yeah, we're already in. They're already doing it.
So what's it gonna cost you if it's that? Just the listeners can understand.
Sure. I would have to check because we did we did a quote for all of the things.
Okay. So you don't remember the specific?
It may have been like for all the rewiring somewhere in like close to $20K, I think.
Okay. So the panel itself probably cost about 45 to 5.
Okay.
That's a pretty good estimate. Yeah. So that's something I'm happy to see that you're getting rid of. And they're going to put did you mention they're going to put another panel in the garage?
Yeah, in the garage, 100 amp.
Good. That's awesome. So they're going to upgrade to a 200 amp on the main house.
Correct.
And then put a 100 amp sub. That's
And then-
exactly what we did here.
Yeah, and we're replacing all of the outlets per your report.
Good.
So they're all getting replaced.
Good.
All the ones that we're not using, there's a lot of just miscellaneous outlets all over the place.
Yeah.
We're taking them all out.
Yeah. That's just from, all the homeowners just adding stuff, removing stuff over the years. It's just normal stuff. And let's see. So as far when I was there, you had some lights that weren't working here and there. That's usually typically a bulb issue. But let's talk about that living room pool hall lighting you had there. Check out this lighting in the ceiling.
Yeah, first thing that I wanted gone.
Yeah.
Contractor says, "What do you want to do? Remove that." Step one.
Either that or put in a pool table.
Right.
You have two choices, sir.
Right, yeah.
New lights or a pool table.
Wow, this is crazy. I haven't seen these photos in a couple of months.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and that paint color.
Oh yeah, that's gone.
But anyway.
That's already gone.
So that this is part of the fun, I think, of buying a fixer upper, because you get to just take these things out and rethink everything.
Oh, it's been great.
Isn't it fun? Kind of just like trying to envision everything.
I didn't. It is fun to answer your question, and I honestly, I didn't think it would be this fun, and I'm glad that we're doing this because it's I think a more cost efficient way to making a custom home. Right, you're not starting from ground up.
Right.
But you can do it however you want,
and you can add on if you wanted to.
Yeah, of course.
It's big bucks and a lot of time and a lot of paperwork, but you can get it done. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this transformation.
You and me both.
Yep.
It's going to look great. Like I feel like this week they made a ton of progress and it's already starting to come together. Like you saw today with the lighting and the what's in there now.
Yep.
Just much more functional, right.
And once you start getting rid of all those old paint colors and it's going to be a lot brighter in there and everything else. Yep. So did you mention today something about that window right there?
Yeah, we're going to seal it up.
Okay. Why are you going to do that?
Well, we discovered that the next door neighbors have a lot of porch lights, and it shines right in at nighttime, like very bright. And then, obviously you could put curtains up, but what's the point of having a window there if you can't keep it open and and use the airflow?
Okay, so what did I find in your attic?
A mess.
And
ew.
Rodents.
Rodents.
Yeah, rodents.
Yeah, that's my. One of my most common things I find up in attics.
Mm-hmm. Where do you find that they are getting in from?
They are getting in from all of your vent screens. When you walk around your house, like your main access entrance on the driveway side, there's a big hole there. They're just coming and going. So that's something. The attic care. Didn't you say you called attic care?
Yeah, they're coming tomorrow.
And they're coming out?
Mm-hmm.
So if they're going to do some work for you, they should be addressing that opening.
Yeah, that was in their quote. They're going to remove all the debris. They're going to remove the existing insulation, disinfect, seal up all the holes, and then put new insulation in. I got a tax rebate for that too.
And the crawl space too, right?
Yeah. So that's just a fun little thing for people out there that are going to get their attic done. You get a $1,200 rebate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That or a tax
Is that
credit.
Just in Burbank or?
No. It's a tax credit. It's a federal tax credit.
Okay. So right there, looking at this photo is a photo of the attic area with showing your HVAC duct. Now that duct isn't horribly old.
Mm-hmm.
It's not brand new either, but you can see that there's been quite a bit of rodent activity on top of that duct since it's been installed.
Sure.
So those are things I got to kind of figure out for people. Well, they said they replaced it. I'm like, well, they replaced your units, but they didn't replace your duct recently because that takes a long time for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's not overnight. That's not from a rodent family coming in overnight and doing that. That's like months and months and maybe years.
Generations of rodents.
Generations of rodents.
So do you think that the ducts should be replaced as well?
No, not necessarily. They definitely should be checked to make sure there's no holes under them. Now, when I was there, I check as much as I can to make sure there's no obvious holes inside the duct. So sometimes they'll be in the attic and they'll just chew through. So a lot of times they only make it to the outer layer and they don't make it all the way in.
Got it.
So if I see any of that, I would have wrote that up for you. I don't think I saw that.
Okay.
So that's a good thing.
Good.
But looking at your insulation, it's like minimal. It's like,
that's all going.
It's the old cellulose.
Yeah.
And just a thing for anybody listening to understand is when you're buying an older home, chances are the attic was never redone. Like the insulation's never been updated. If it had a rodent problem, there's probably evidence of it still there, even though they might have closed it off. So you get contaminated insulation. And it's just dirty and nasty. It's a really good idea because nowadays there's a lot of attic cleaning companies out there. And,
sure. I got a couple people.
And the one I referred to you, Attic Care, I had those guys come give me a quote, and they were pretty reasonable. But I decided to do a big project first, so I haven't done that yet.
Sure.
So I'll get around to that eventually.
It's one of those out of sight, out of mind kind of things.
It
right?
really
It's
is.
up in your attic, but when you're in the position that I am, where you're just you want to get the systems in place, you see how important it is because then you won't have to worry about it.
That's right, and it's a big mess. So doing all this before you haven't moved in yet, right?
No.
So you're not moving in until certain things are done.
Sure.
Other people don't have that luxury, so they may have to live there while this is going on. But it's a big difference when you have them come and suck out all the old contaminated insulation, all the old debris. Then they seal up all the openings in the attic, and they rodent proof anything that needs it up there. And then they put all new insulation, which is up to today's code, which is R30. It's pretty thick.
Yeah, and like I said, you get the tax credit. So
yeah,
great,
absolutely. So do you get any questions on your attic besides that?
No. I just wanted to know your thoughts on. Well, actually, yeah. Now that I think about it, and this is more of a general question, we could probably get to later. Let's fast forward 2 or 3 years from now. How do I make sure that things are sealed up without getting up in there? Or do I have to go in there? And if I do have to go in there, where should I look to make sure that everything is sound and functional?
Well, you can look from the ground mostly of if things are sealed up. Because like I said, rodents get in your house from the outside perimeter of your house. That's all there is to it. So you got these guys coming out tomorrow, and their job is to make sure all your vent screens for your crawl space are properly sealed up, which means the screen is intact. And I've made a video on how to repair those things on my YouTube channel. So if anybody listening want to check it out, go to Home Inspection Authority on YouTube because it's a great little video. And I got a lot of good response from it because I made it simple for people to go to Home Depot and buy the right screen and just replace it themselves to avoid this rodent problem in the first place. If you have holes in your vent screens, that's how you get rodents. It's not rocket science. This is very simple, common sense. You walk your property, and if there's any kind of an opening, half inch, they're getting in. They're very persistent, and if they want to move in, they're going to move in. So you got to be vigilant about this, with your house. A lot of people have bushes right up against their outside walls. They can't even see their vents. And when I go to do inspections, I pull the bush back, and I can see a big hole in it. And that's where the rodents are coming and going. They're just jumping in and out. When they need water, they'll go out and get water or whatever, and they'll just sleep there. So you're giving them free room and board. It's a free Airbnb is what it is.
I don't want it free. You're paying for it.
So just pay attention to your house. It's really not hard. If you store stuff against your house and there's a vent screen there, chances are it could be damaged, and that's where they're getting in.
How often do you recommend you check your vent screens? Like once every 6 months, year?
I check mine all the time because there's a lot of raccoon activity, skunk activity, possum activity, and rat activity in these areas. And if I one time I woke up in the morning, it was about, I don't know, maybe 6-8 months ago, right on my front porch. I had a screen that it wasn't open, but it was coming loose, and it was ripped out.
Get out of here.
It was pulled. I'm like, holy shit, something grabbed this and yanked on it. And if you yank on a vent screen with your hand, it's not easy.
Right. So
I'm thinking, shit, did it go inside under the house? So I went under there and looked, didn't see anything. I think the insulation that was right there stopped it from going in. So, or maybe it was just too big to get through the hole because it didn't rip it all the way off, but it pulled it aside. So that made me check all my vent screens. So when you get activity like that, just take a look down the side of your house. Like I always have to check this side of my house because this is where all the bushes are. But they're not right up against the house, but they're enough to block. So every once in a while, I just take a look, make sure nothing's messing around out there, and that's all you got to do. When you're walking around your house, you're in your yard, you're doing whatever, just look. Just look. It's right. They're right there. They're really easy to see, your vent screens.
I feel like it's a problem that a lot of homeowners can avoid if they just make it part of their routine to look for these kind of things.
You just got to pay attention, man.
And that's one of the things I'm really excited about working with you is pointing all this stuff out so I can catalog it all, create a checklist, and just go and do it. Because why pay money when you don't have to?
Right.
It's a simple solution.
Look at it this way. If you didn't have a lock on your front door of your house, do you think you'd have visitors?
You might have visitors.
You might have visitors. Look at it that way. These are front doors for them. You're just leaving the door wide open and they're just coming in. So it's really not hard. It's just something that we're not taught in school.
Yeah.